What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation, but please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, y'all. Let's get into this situation. When it comes to Monique Slaughter, her brother was recently arrested on a felony charge, and it's due to his mother, Mara, calling the police on him because he has been having episodes. And that gotta be very difficult as a black woman to call the police on your son that is having mental issues, because when you call the popos, you don't know how they're going to react and when they show up to your house, and if your son or your daughter is going to be able to walk away from the situation, because we have seen it on social media when concerned parents call the police for help and assistance. It ends up going left and they go see Jesus. But in any event, you're going to see the first clip of Mara basically letting us know that she had to call the police and what she has been going through, and just the situation that led up to her son being arrested. He is 33, which is DJ, and we have heard things about DJ before, because there was one upon a time that he was missing. And when it comes to Monique Slaughter and her mother and her family, they took to social media to actually find DJ. But in any event, as you guys know, when it comes to Monique Slaughter and her mother, Mara, they have been having a spat on social media almost a year ago, but it seems like, that tension between mother and daughter has basically fizzled out, and now Mara is basically in another battle. So please keep them up in prayer, and keep all the families that are up in prayer, because a lot of us do deal with children and family members that do have mental issues, and it's really a hard thing to deal with, especially if you don't have the funds to place them in facilities that is 15, 20, 30, $40,000. But in any event, check this out.
And I'm just going to say this outright. I'm not going to call an officer's name, but there were some amazing officers who came to try to assist me last night. But to be honest, I believe that the decision to book him as a felon was lazy. It was because it was a holiday weekend and it was going to be harder for you to book him on a 5150. You knew by talking to him about what he did that he was mentally out of his mind. And you had the choice. You could have booked him on a 5150, but instead you chose a felony charge. So my son's in jail. Dave is in Taiwan. He's been calling the jail, trying to get a hold of the nurse. What we know so far is the nurse is unable. He's a criminal. So he's not in a mental health section of jail. He's been booked with felons. And so he can't get medicine in jail until he has an episode that they deem in jail qualified for medication. So there's not medicine I can take to jail. There's not, or we can bail him out. Now, the felony charge is weapons that he threw in the trash can inside of a safe. Let's just keep it real. So you clearly aren't looking at somebody who was trying to deal with a firearm, but you stole them from us. Quote, I'm not pressing charges. Why is my son in jail? He needs to be in a mental health scenario, which was the point. Get my son to the hospital because everything else I've tried cannot. So now he's incarcerated with a felony charge. Before, when he was walking around nude and we had to fight through mental health court, it was a misdemeanor. Now he's a felon. So with a felony charge, he has you disenfranchise him, you make him a ward of the state. The fight that I have to start fighting tomorrow is immense. I've done it before. The letter writing, the daily visits to jail, And I think that the hardest part is watching his confusion. Because once he's out of his psychosis and he's medicated, he's in a jail environment and he doesn't understand how he got there. So I'm not really sure how to change this cycle. Jail. But I can tell you that I think that the reason that it feels so broken, because if D were a criminal, it would still hurt because I'm his mom. Davis is dad, but it would have a different intent behind it. He's mentally ill. If I could take this from him and just let it be me, I'd do it tomorrow morning. Just not even tomorrow morning, in a flash. Just give it to me. I can't contact the judge because his case hasn't been assigned. All I know right now is he's booked in the Van Nuys court. Van Nuys jail, he's been booked. And supposedly they held him last night and they were going to tell me whether he was going to be put into a 5150, and I was calling all day with the card that the officer gave me on the table, and no one was returning my phone calls. And his sister, Lexi, was looking up the jail system and she found him booked in jail. So, emergency message. This is urgent. I can't concern myself anymore with criticism. I've left my house to do what I'm going to do. And this message is a direct account, but it's really for the mental health department. I have been physically accosted at this point, verbally. I take it back. It's not physical. It's verbal from my son. This situation is untenable. We have no help. I can call the pet team. You know, when he tries to come in the house, the door is locked. I open the door to a standing, and so this has to be a public record because we've called, we've asked for help, we've done everything that we can do. I just hung up with my husband. I told him I'm going public because this account has to be on record publicly. This is an untenable situation. I can continue to be amenable and act like it doesn't happen. I've had enough. Like I told him, you're not going to call me bitch. You think you want to go toe to toe? Listen, I want you at this point. You're no longer on your meds. You're no longer choosing to do these things. And as much as I love you, you have mistaken love and tolerance for weakness and acceptance. And it is no longer okay. You have got to get out. And why he has to get out is because we have no help. That's why. I am a woman. He is a 33-year-old grown man. And we are in a horrible situation. I am no longer going to walk in silence. I am no longer going to walk in fear. I'm going to take every step of my day the way everybody else takes every step of their day. I am on my way I was walking out the door. And this is public record as it is happening. So the Department of Mental Health, you have failed. You have failed. I should be able to call with the record that we have, with the hospitalizations that we have, and you should be able to pick my son up without violent incident. But clearly, it's going to come to that. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. I'm going to stand my own personal ground in the home that I pay for. With the amount of love and tolerance that David and I have put forward and continue to put forward, I'm not going to be disrespected like this in my house. And I will public record, I will scream to the mountaintops, because even if it costs me my life, somebody else's life could be saved. Change the system. I do not want to have to call the police. But son has now been warned. When I get back to that house tonight, you can get out. Get out. Because if you can't have more respect, as I said to him, no matter what you're going through, I don't talk to you like that. You're not going to be off in my own house for the last damn time. We're done with that. And I recognize, DJ, you are not in your right mind. And I'm not going to continue to go in silence and cower to the fact that you're not well. Because you have every opportunity to be well. And the mental health system has every opportunity to assist. But you refuse. So let this be a public announcement to the reality that is going on in my home right now, today, on September the 4th, 2022. Gonna be abused, Nikki. Not gonna do it. I have taken it far too long. The last episode, when I walked in the kitchen, I'm feeding you. And you tell me, go to your room. Go to your, completely off your meds. You're no longer doing anything that's called treatment. None of the things we require. Yet in order for us to put you out, we have to evict you. We don't even want you on the street. What we want is for the mental health system to function appropriately. This is not appropriate. You don't want us to turn our kids loose. We want to fix but for him to be homeless, which causes further trauma, further damage, and no help. How's that helpful? Dave is in Taiwan. Marla is here. Marla is going to manage this situation. Today's the day. Had enough. Can't do it anymore. I'm not going to stand by and empower somebody who has such a severe psychosis that it is deemed in his head that this is all okay behavior. And I get it. I get it. And I am the one in control, and that's why I've been able to manage this so far. But today is the day. It is what it is. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not just verbal disrespect. It's coming at me ready to swing. It's that. And so I'm not leaving. I've been gone. I've been in Florida. He's had run of the house, and that's part of his damn problem. No matter what his mind thinks that he's doing and how much he's bringing in, and we work for him and we're all these things,